Yeah. A math party. All right, so today we are going to move on to a really big step for third grade, which is developing strategies for solving not one step, but two-step word problems. I'm going to ask real quick, so let me get everybody ready. Eyes are up here, right? Brain's thinking about what is being said. Ears are listening. Mouth is quiet. Hands and feet are down and still. That means you're not drawing, right? You're not playing with your hand sanitizer. Your hands and feet are down and still, and you're ready to learn. Awesome. So we are going to make a big step in going to two-step word problems. And I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised how much easier it is than you might have originally thought. The reason is when you do, you're in life and you go to that grocery store, you go anywhere and you have to figure out a real life math problem. Normally they don't happen in one step. I usually have more than one step. Let me give you an example. Oh good, Katie's here. You might get $10 from Aunt Lila for your birthday, and you might get $20 from Uncle Joe, and you want to buy a game for $12, and you want to know how much money you're going to have left. Is that one step, Cooper? Let's think about that. I got $10 from Aunt Lila, $20 from Joe, Uncle Joe. So what do I have to do to find out how much money I have?
So first you have to add up the money.
Girls, what do I have to do? We got to add the money first to know how much I have. So I have $30 from my aunt and uncle, and I'm buying a game for $12. What do I have to do, Cooper?
Mrs. Alvin.
Then I've got to subtract 12 from 30 to see how much money I have left. Yes, Robert?
I already did 2.10.
What do you mean did it? We haven't done anything yet. This is your lesson.
On Sing Central.
Well, honey, we're not doing Think Central right now, okay, honey? So just pay attention. Okay. All right, so that is a real world math problem that involves way more than one step. So we are going to be practicing that because I guarantee in life, it's not super simple. There's more than one step. Usually it can be even more than two. We're going to just stick to two today. Our success criteria, we'll practice our count bys while we are solving problems for multiplication and division. This is such a fun one, order of operations. So I don't think you have heard of order of operations before. It's a new skill. I know you didn't learn it in second grade. So Robert, you really need to pay attention. Okay, buddy? Okay, Mrs. Aubin. Awesome. And then we're going to write and solve first step questions for two-step word problems. So before I get on with that, I want to review from yesterday just a couple things. This is what we came up with. We made a big jump yesterday from just solving multiplication and division, whole body listening, Finn, to also solving addition and subtraction. Who can remind me? Finn's going to start. What is one thing we learn about multiplication problems? When we are reading a word problem that is multiplication, what are some clues? Can you read that for us, Finn? Okay, what else? The same number, multiple. Yeah, so if we are going to be solving a multiplication problem, it's repeated addition. It's the same number multiple times. We do not know the total. Division. Can I have Robert unmute? What are some of the clues we can look for when we are solving a word problem that involves division? Can you unmute?
Sharing equally divided, equal groups have the total.
Excellent. Lila Morris, can you read the addition clues? What were some of the things we looked for when solving addition problems?
We looked for addition, and there were instead
Numbers or some of the keywords. Can you highlight since you are in such a great subtraction? What were the clues for subtraction or word problems?
one of the clues subtraction was going away.
Read our screen, my dear.
Yeah, so subtraction clues are having a total. Something is going away. You're giving something away. 8 breaks, consume, buy, bought, how many more, and difference.
So we might be comparing two numbers, a larger one and a smaller one, and we're going to find the difference, right? So when we hear those words, how many more, we might be subtracting. Okay, I want you to turn to page 9. And something central. I want you to think about writing questions. You're going to have to write a question. Cooper, Henrik, we worked on it. I think it was YouTube 20 on Think Central, where we had to come up with a question that would match a situation. So we're going to look at this real quick. It says, write a question for the given information and solve. You're probably thinking, well, why do we have to do that? Because when you come to the two-step word problem, which you're going to see, your brain automatically has to think of what am I going to do first? Just like when I said, Aunt Lila gave me $10 and Uncle Joe gave me $20 and I wanted to buy a game for $12, how much did I have left? Most of you in here already knew I should add those, the 10 and the 20. The question would have been, how much money do I have? I have to know that first before I can do the subtraction to find out how much I have left. So we're going to quickly, and I'm not going to have you do the actual work. We're just going to come up with questions. If I know what this would be, you think maybe what? What would the be? How many together? What else? What are you thinking? How many more? And then if you said how many more, what would you do? You would subtract, right? If it was how many more. So if we want to match that, we could do how many more did he read, but I think I would go with the first one. If we know Anna read 383 and Chris read 416, I want to know how many they read all together. So I'm going to give you a little clue. Whenever we get to this part of math, I always teach the kiddos, it's going to start with how many. So watch what I want you to do. I want you to put how many. See if you can write how many. Oh, wait, 15, 19. How many? Have you done it? Oh, no, you haven't done it. Can you write how many? How many? How many? How many? How many? Right? Make sure you have a capital. And then we're going to finish that question. Not a question mark yet. We're going to finish that question. But my point is, when you write a question for your word problem, in your head, when you're trying to do two-step word problems, you want to be thinking, how many? Okay? All right. So if Anna read 383 pages this month, Chris read 416 pages, how many, pages, and you want to look for your unit. Haley, start writing. How many pages did they read all? All right, Marisol, how many jewelry box? She gave away 56 of them. Remember, your question's going to be how, and what's our unit? What are we talking about? What? Marissa, 128, one number 16. In her jewelry test, one 16. She gave away for clues 57. How many beads? What do you think? Fill in the blank. 50, right? So we don't want to say that. We want to know who got over you. She gave away. Away. They're gone. So subtract. And we're not going to do that right now. I think P for pages, B for beads.
X going to liver junior.
All right, Lewis put 17 marbles in 8 bags. He put the same number of marbles in each bag. How many and what many? But we know you're going to start with how many units. How many marbles? They can finish it. What am I trying to find out? Abby. In each marbles in each question mark. Same or August. That's not it. It's not subtraction. What is it? Not. We already know our total. It's got to be division. I didn't hear you.
I was unmuted. Sorry.
That's okay. All right, number 18. Are you with us? Jeff planted 4 pots of seeds. Planted 6 seeds in each pot. How many per unit? What are we talking about? Seeds. Who can finish it? Elena. We already know that. There's 6 seeds each pot. We already know that. There's 4 pots. We already know that. Yeah. Excellent. How many seeds are there all together? Go back to the text when you are looking for your first step question. Make sure you know what operation would I use and why. Go ahead, Josh. Multiplication. How do you know? Excellent. Okay, last but not least, 9 more 5 shelves in the library. How many books? I need someone to finish it, Elaine. Are there on each of the shelves in the library? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. How many there are in all? Yeah. Very good. Multiplication. Why, Serene? Yeah. Repeated addition. 5 groups of 10. I love it. Okay, so that was my review from yesterday and kind of finishing up from yesterday. We're going to get back to today's lesson, but you needed to know how to write a question in order to solve a 2-step word problem, and we just ran out of time yesterday. So if you didn't get it all written, don't worry. I hope you got the practice of it to get the feel. So here is something you're going to need to know. When we do a 2-step word problem, there's something called order of operations. And if you don't know it, you could get the wrong answer. And I'll show you why in a minute. But the thing you got to remember is you have more than one step. And with the problem I gave you with Lila and Uncle Joe, it was pretty straightforward. You knew you had to add first, right? And then you were going to subtract, because you can't subtract before you figured out how much you had. But sometimes it's not that simple. So we have a little way of remembering when you get an equation that has more than one step, which you're going to start to see. I might have something that says, and let me get my ink going so we can do this. I might have an equation that says 3 times 2 plus 4, right? How do I know what to do first? What do you think, Max?
3 times 2.
Okay, and then what? He's telling me to do 3 times 2, which equals 6, then add the 4. That would equal 10. What if I did it differently? What if I added 2 plus 4 first? What would I get? What would 2 plus 4 be?
6.
And then I multiplied 6 times 3. What would I get then? 6 times 3. Who knows it? 18. Are these the same answers?
No.
They're not the same answer. So does it matter which operation you use first?
Yes.
You said no, but if I don't know the order, I don't know which answer is right. Do you understand? Like, so I have to know which one do I do first? So here's a way of remembering. We have a little saying. I'm really into chants and sayings because they help you. Everybody say it with me and put your pencils down so I know you're listening. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We're really into aunts and uncles today, aren't we? Let's say it again. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that's going to help you remember what operation to use first. It's called PEMDAS. Say it with me. PEMDAS. The P in please stands for parentheses. You're always going to do the operation in parentheses first. The E in excuse stands for exponents. An exponent looks like this, 2 to the 2nd power. Guess what? That's not in our curriculum. We are not doing exponents this year. So you don't even have to worry about that. You won't see exponents, okay? But that's what it looks like. The M in my stands for multiplication. Do we know about multiplication?
Yes.
Yes. So you're going to do whatever's in parentheses first, then you would multiply, and then what's the D in deer stand for? Division. Then you would divide, and then the A in aunt stands for, and the S in Sally stands for subtraction. That's called the order of operations, and the best way to remember which one you do first is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I made a little sheet for you guys. I'm not sure where we're going to put it. Maybe we'll tape it on the front of our math books so that you can refer to it. It just will be a little bit helpful because some of us don't remember chants as well as others do. Okay, so you're going to see how this works a little bit more with this video. Here's called order of operations.
Multiply, multiply, add, subtract, parentheses, exponents. Multiply, multiply, add, subtract, order of operation. Order of operation. Parentheses, exponents. Multiply, multiply, add, subtract. Let's talk about the order of operations. It's a set of rules to help you solve equations. Keep in mind that you listen to the rules. I'd like to tell you what comes first. Step 1. When you see parentheses, jump right. Exponents are next. Multiply those out. You got 2 steps left. Multiply or divide. Make sure you always move from left to right. With addition or subtraction. Multiply or divide. Add or subtract. Exponents. Multiply or divide. Add. Operation. Operation. Exponents. Multiply or divide. Add or subtract. It's a good acronym, but not so fast. It makes it seem like you always have to multiply first and divide last. But where you always go in the order they appear from left to right, just to make things clear. The same thing is true with addition and subtraction. Always be sure to pay attention to the right.
I can't hear you. Do you need me?
Multiply or divide, add or subtract.
All right. Okay, guys, so I think it'll make more sense when we actually see the problem. So let's turn to page 131, and you'll see what I mean, that you'll have more than one operation when solving two-step word problems. So looking on page 131, you will see a problem. It says 10 minus 3 times 2. And it's kind of like the problem I just did. What I want you to do is subtract first and then multiply and see what answer you get. Subtract first, then multiply, see what you get. Then, after you do that, do it the opposite. What do you get if you multiply first and then subtract? Go for it. Subtract first, then multiply, and subtract. See if you get the same answer or a different answer. This is kind of the why behind the order of operations. Okay, let's do these together. Let's start with 10 minus 3. Some of you were struggling with that. I was a little surprised. Put up your 10 fingers. Take 3 away. What do we have left? 7. We have 7, but I'm not done. 10 minus 3 is 7. But now you need to multiply that 7. You need to multiply 7 by 2. So Robert, what would we get?
14.
14, right? Why is it doing this to me? 14. Now, if I did it the opposite, and I'm sorry, my computer froze for some reason. Let me get off of this. See if I can get back. This has happened before. Oh gosh. Oh boy. All right, I'm just gonna get out of this and start it over. Sorry guys, somehow it did not like me. It froze on me. If you multiply first, will you get a different answer? What do you guys think? What's your gut feeling? Do you think you'll get a different answer if you do the operations differently? Yes or no? Sir, oh, who said that? So that would make sense, but guess what? That works with multiplication. No, and addition. But is it going to work? Are we going to be able to talk about commutative property when we are looking at 3 steps? Think about commutative property. Commutative property says that it doesn't matter the order of the factors, but we don't just have multiplication. What else do we have here? Haley Booker, what else do we have besides multiplication? What? What is this? Subtraction. So we can't use commutative. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love when this happens. Okay. No, I don't. I hate when this happens. Okay. Think we're going to get it. Now, All right, because my screen is not working, we're gonna go to the old-fashioned way, which is just fine. So here's what we had. We had 10 minus 3 is 7. When we multiplied 7 times 2, Robert told us we got 14. Did you get that? If you did not, will you write that now? Okay, now, if we multiply first, what would 3 times 2 equal, Finn? 3 times 2. Not plus, 3 times 2. Help them out. Microphone answer, 3 times 2. Evie. 6, okay. 10 minus 6 would equal what?
Guys, we're not gonna line up at the door, guys.
4.
I know you need to use the pencil sharpener, but we need some space. You guys are way too close to each other. And we're not hanging out in the hallway.
No, come sit down and I'll get you a pencil. I'll get you a pencil. Or get one from your bin. Okay. Hey guys, I'm feeling like we need to do a quick check, okay? Because I feel like some of us are really distracted. Do a quick whole body listening check and think, are you being respectful right now? Or are you yelling out? What's going on? Okay, let's get back to business here. So we did not get the same answer. We got 14 when we subtracted and then multiplied. We got 4 when we multiplied and then subtracted. So which way should we have done it? What does PEMDAS say? PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, we don't need to worry about exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Which one should we do first? If you know the answer, raise your hand. If you can see which order would come first. Okay, so it looks like not many people see that. Let me show you. Number it. First, you should do what? Parentheses. Second, we should do what? Third, we should do what? Division. Fourth, we should do. Fifth, we should do. So we have subtraction and multiplication. Which one comes first? Multiplication or subtraction? Multiplication. So we actually, the correct answer for this equation is number 2, because we were supposed to multiply first, then subtract. It's not always the order of like reading from left to right. It's just going by PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to read this because this is the reason for order of operations. To make sure everyone has the same answer to problems like this one, Haley, people have decided that multiplication and division will be done before addition and subtraction. Let's say that together. Everyone say this with me. Multiplication and division will be done before addition and subtraction. The answer you found in question 2 is correct. If you want to tell people to add or subtract first, guess what you have to use? Parentheses. Parentheses mean do this first. For example, if you want people to subtract first in the exercise above, you have to write it like this. 10 minus 3 in parentheses times 2. So let me ask you this. If you have parentheses and multiplication, which one am I going to do first? The parentheses or the multiplication? Gabe? What's first, parentheses or multiplication? Parentheses. So let's solve this. What's 10 minus 3? Microphone answer. 7. Now take that answer and do the second operation. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so let's do a couple of these together, and then I'm going to have you do, what can I help you with, Debbie? Well, you're not supposed to be on that, are you? So we're doing these together, right? Okay, that might be why. Let's do these together. Ready? Number 3, we have 5 plus 4 times 2. Look at PEMDAS. What are we going to do first? Reese, can you unmute and tell us? Should we add first or multiply according to PEMDAS?
Multiply.
Multiply. Do you agree with her? Yes, so let's do it. You know what I like to do? I like to put parentheses around what I need to do first. Let's practice that. It's a good thing to practice. Let's go ahead and put the parentheses around 4 times 2 because we know multiplication comes before addition. So what is 4 times 2? Lucas. What is it? 8. Here's another helpful tool. If you write the answer right above it, that helps. So now we know 4 times 2 is 8. Are we done? Henrik, are we finished with this problem? What do we have to do next? You have it in front of you, page 131. After we did 4 times 2, what's next, Henrik? We have to add the 5. Let's do it. 8 in our head. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, let's look at number 4. Now we have parentheses, we have subtraction and multiplication. Ellie. If you agree with Ellie, give her sparkles. Do we do parentheses first? Yes, okay, so what's 9 minus 3? 9 minus 3. Put that right above it. And now we've got 6 times 6 is 36. All right, let's look at number 5. 8 divided by 2 plus 2. We don't have parentheses. We don't have multiplication. What do we need to do? Sunny. Why do I do 8 divided by 2 first? Because it comes first in PEMDAS, doesn't it? In the order of operations. It comes first. All right. Now, if we know 8 divided by 2 is, what's 8 divided by 2, Paxton? Let's count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. What does 8 divided by 2 equal? 4. So we did our division first. What's our next step? Bird. What do we do next? Why don't you come sit right here, Lila? Surnay. Yeah, that's the next operation. That's the next thing. I need you to pay attention, please. 4 plus 2 equals, microphone answer, 6. Okay, last but not least, what do you see here? Finn, can you help us with 6 times parentheses, 8 minus 1? What do you think we're going to do first? He says 8 minus 1. Do you agree? Charlie, why do you think it's 8 minus 1? What do you see there that tells me to do 8 minus 1 first? Because it's parentheses, and when we have order of operations, parentheses comes first. So what's 8 minus 1? Microphone answer. And now, oh, please keep your mask on. Thank you. Now we have 6 times 7. That's not one of the easiest ones to remember. Cooper's got it though. What is it, Cooper? Excelente. Nice. 6 times 7 equals 42. Okay. Go ahead and turn your page over to page 132. We're going to look at a puzzled penguin, and then I'm going to let you try some of these on your own. Dear math students, this is the next page, 132. Page 132. Dear math students, today I found the answer to 6 plus 3 times 2. Here's how I found the answer. 6 plus 3 is 9, times 2 equals 18. Is my answer correct? If not, please correct my work and tell me what I did wrong. Your friend, Puzzle Penguin. Okay, I would love to hear from somebody at home who can share your thinking around this answer that Puzzle Penguin gave. I'm looking for hands at home. Ben Bowers, can you unmute and share your thinking?
So I think that we need to do what he did, but I think his answer is wrong. So I think we need to do 9 times 2 and 6 plus 3.
Okay, what do you think we need to do first though? Do you think we would add or multiply? Think back to PEMDAS. And I'm gonna put it under here. I have these for you guys.
Oh, we should add first.
Really? Look up here. First, we need to do parentheses. There are no parentheses. We're not worried about exponents. What comes after parentheses?
No, we need to multiply first.
Yes, because it comes before addition, right?
Yep.
So what did Puzzle Penguin do wrong? What do you think, Marin? Oh, wait, Ben's still going. Go ahead, Ben.
Added first.
He added instead of multiplied. So let's write an answer to him. First, he's asking, is my answer correct? No. If not, please correct my work. We have to correct it, but we also have to tell him what he did wrong. No, what did he do first? Added first, but you should have multiplied. And we can say multiplication comes before addition in the order of operations, doesn't it? That's a lot to write. But if we were giving a really good explanation so he understood it, we would want to know that. Multiplication comes before addition in the order of operations. Or you could say PEMDAS. You could use that in your explanation to Puzzle Penguin. So does anyone think they know what the answer should be instead of 18? Because we got to let them know. Madison, how do you know? You're right. Excellent. So if you did the right order, 3 times 2 would be 6. 6 plus 6 would be 12, not 18. So remember, when you do a Puzzle Penguin, you have to tell him he's wrong. You also have to tell him why he's wrong. And then you want to make sure that you correct the work as well. It's kind of a 3-step gig there. Yes, Serene. Okay. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to solve these 8 problems on page 132 using PEMDAS. I'm going to keep this up here and I'm going to bring it around to the students here. And I think you can just do this independently and we'll check on you in about, we'll see, 8 minutes, maybe less. All right. Any questions?
So where should I could see you on there, maybe the front of the mouth. Oh, you already know. What do you think? You know what, that's so much better than the desktop. Yeah, okay, guys, when I come around, I'm just gonna take you under. So when I come around, just have your mask on.
He said we're gonna get in breakout room.
Hey guys, you shouldn't be talking. I want you to do this independently. I'm just putting one on the top. Bottom. Okay, some people finished already. Some people have only done one. I finished one just so we can do my answers. Awesome, I love it. What a good mathematician.
Make sure that if you did not get an order of operation on your spiral.
Don't end it up here. I know. It fell off. Great thought. Step on up here. Sorry, my day.
Okay, we're going to take a little time and see how you did. If you did not finish, that's okay. Henrik, I'm going to have you do the first one for us. 4 plus 3 times 5. Thinking of PEMDAS, what should we do first? Are we going to multiply or add? Look at PEMDAS. What comes first? Multiply. So you should have maybe put those parentheses to help you. It's a good strategy. What's 3 times 5? Okay, now we got to add the 4. What's 15 plus 4? 19. Okay, number 11. Astria. 10 divided by 2 plus 3. What do we do first? Division or addition? Looking at PEMDAS.
Division.
Excellent. What's 10 divided by 2?
5.
And then 5 plus 3?
8.
Excellent. Okay, Lyric, I see your hand is up. How about number 12? We have 12 minus 9 divided by 3. What do we do first? Divide or subtract? Looking at PEMDAS.
Divide.
Divide. Is there anybody, hold on one sec, everybody. Who would like to do the announcements today that in my class, that wasn't supposed to be my class, we're gonna alternate. That did not do it last time. Okay, I'm gonna do my 2 boys, Lucas and Paxton, that did 2 girls last time.
Okay, I'll go get the script ready and then send them in 5 minutes.
Okay, all right, 9 divided by 3 is what, Lyric? How many 3s are in 9?
3.
3, and 12 minus 3? So Henrik, can you come sit here? I want to see your work. Henrik, come right here. Can you tell us, Lyric? 12 minus 3?
9.
9. We're on number 13. You've done that. Thank you. All right, we're ready to move on to number 13. I think Madison can tell us, do we multiply or subtract first? Okay, so 3 times 5, what does it equal? And 15 minus 2 is? Try again. 15, take 2 away. 14, 13. All right, I need somebody else from home. Katie Waldron, can you do number 14? 4 plus 3 times 5. We have some parentheses. Can you unmute and share what we should do first?
We should multiply.
We usually would multiply before we add, but there's something here that will beat multiplication. It's called parentheses. Do you see the parentheses here? Because 4 plus 3 is in these funny symbols, they're called parentheses. It's like they're hugging them. Haley Book, are you ready? What are we going to do first? 4 plus 3. What does that equal, Haley? And then if I multiply by 5, what do I get? Multiply. Don't add, multiply. 7 times 5. You got it. 35. All right. I want to hear, Marin, please give me your attention. What is the first operation we should use, or what should we do first in 10 divided by parentheses 2 plus 3 parentheses? Okay, let's try again. 2 plus 3. I think we've done too much multiplication and division. We forgot our basic addition. What's 2 plus 3, everybody? 5. Okay, Marin, why did you do 2 plus 3 first before dividing? That's a hard word to say, isn't it? Everyone say that. Parentheses. It's kind of cool to highlight those parentheses. Once you see parentheses, you have to do that operation first, Evie. Evie, ready? All right, so if we have 5 here, what's 10 divided by 5? How many 5s are in 10? 2. We've got 2 more. You guys got this. All right, Josh, let's do number 16.
It equals 1.
What are we going to do first? We don't want to divide first, because what about these symbols? What are these called? Parentheses. So we got to do what's in parentheses first. Okay. 12 minus 9, what would that equal?
Finish your test and then do your piano.
12, take away 9. Can you count up from 9 to 12? 9 in your head? 10, 11, 12. What did we get, boys and girls? 3 divided by 3. How many 3s are in 3, Josh? What times 3 is 3? Just 1. Last but not least, go for it, Jensen. Number 17.
9.
What do we do first?
5 minus 2 is 3. Then 3 times 3 is 9.
And how did you know to do 5 minus 2 first?
Because of the it's like the thing.
That's a tongue twister, isn't it?
I can't pronounce it.
Correct. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can get off this. I'll try one time. No, not that. All right. How are you feeling about the order of operations? If you think you're getting it, but not quite there, I understand it's tough. It's a big new concept.
It's harder without these.
Thumb down if you like have no clue. Did you excuse them, Mrs. Harrison?
No, I don't know what they're doing. Sit down.
Can you guys come back? I didn't excuse you. If you are struggling with this, don't panic. I get it. It's a lot. I'm going to play this song as we get cleaned up and you show me your thumb. We'll keep practicing this because we have to do two-step problems, which are going to involve more than one operation, right? Just so you hear. Oh, there's-
Let's talk about the order of operations. It's a set of tools to help you solve equations. Keep in mind as you listen to this verse that the rules are designed to tell you what comes first. When you see parentheses, jump right in. It's the place that you've always been. Keep in mind exponents are next. Multiply those out. You got 2 steps left. When you multiply or divide, make sure you always move from left to right.
Hey, is this a different one?
With addition or subtraction.
Is this the same one? Okay.
You may have heard about TMDAS. It's a good acronym, but not so fast. It makes it seem like you always have to multiply first and divide last. But wait a minute, class. You always know in the order they appear from left to right, just to make things clear.
Whoopsie, just went away.
Addition and subtraction, always be sure to pay attention to direction.
Gosh, you can't do anything. It's just so sensitive. Okay, good to see you guys.
Bye.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.